Young Thug's probation will not be revoked. The decision coming down from a Fulton County judge this afternoon. This all stems from a motion from the Fulton County District Attorney's Office filed this week, saying the rapper violated his probation by reposting a photo of an investigator who works for the DA's office. The DA says right after that, the investigator and her family started receiving threats. Young Thug's pleaded guilty last October to gang, drug, and gun charges. He's currently serving 15 years on probation.
In the cold, ruthless corridors of Fulton County, a storm brews. Not the kind you hear, the kind you feel. Tonight, we open a chapter few dare to read. The story of Jeffrey Williams. The world knows him as Young Thug, once the crowned king of trap innovation, now a man standing inches from collapse. December 2024, a moment that could have changed everything. A 15-year probation deal placed quietly on the table. 15 years, freedom dangled like a poisoned apple. Invisible shackles tightening with every breath. Was it salvation or a velvet noose? Young Thug said no. Or maybe he didn't say enough. Fast forward to April 2025. Young Thug, the architect of chaos and melody, taps post on a screen. A photo, a caption, calling Marissa Viverito, the DA's lead investigator, the biggest liar in the DA's office. One post, one spark, one match dropped in a field of gasoline. Prosecutors pounced like wolves that had been circling for months. A motion filed to revoke his probation. Accusations, witness endangerment, obstruction of justice. A demand for 20 years in a cold concrete cell. But the judge, he paused. He listened. He hesitated. He ruled. No revocation, but a warning, sharp as a blade. Exercise greater discretion. Freedom, barely hanging by a thread. So we ask, was it negligence, or was it a trap laid in silence years before he ever touched that phone? The Fulton County DA didn't stumble onto Thug. They hunted him. They watched him. And when the timing was perfect, they moved with precision. Because when you control the voices of the streets, you control the streets themselves. Young Thug's voice was too wild, too untamed, too dangerous. This battle, it was never about justice. It was always about power. And power plays for keeps. Young Thug still played by street rules. Hit back if you're hit. Defend your name at all costs. But the courtroom isn't the trap. The courtroom is the execution ground. In court, pride is a death sentence. Silence is survival. But pride is a killer. Was the probation deal freedom or just a long, slow death? Trap or trap, no winning, only choosing how you lose. The streets are whispering now. Barbershops, corner stores, late-night Twitter threads. Was Young Thug set up, or did he pull the trigger on himself with reckless pride? Is he a victim or a martyr of his own mouth? There's blood on both hands. Because the violence today isn't just bullets, it's paperwork, it's technicalities, it's a repost turned into a coffin. They didn't need to catch him slipping with a gun. They just needed him to be human, emotional, angry, proud. Because emotion in the system is suicide, and Thug, he felt too much. He spoke too loud, and now they're building his grave out of his own echoes. You can almost hear it. Chains clinking in the background. 15 years of probation, every move watched, every word judged, every friend a potential enemy, or 20 years behind bars, locked away, forgotten trap or trap, freedom or slow execution. The DA knew it, Young Thug knew it. Now you know it too. Some say he should have taken the deal, played it safe, gone silent. Others say he stood up, proud, refusing to be caged like a showpiece for the system. What do you do when every option is death? What do you do when pride is your only currency left? Trap, or trap. The battle isn't over. Court dates loom like thunderstorms. Media cameras flashing like silent rifles. Friends turning into witnesses. Young Thug walks a battlefield where the enemy wears suits and ties, where every handshake hides a dagger. One move, one misstep, and the chessboard collapses. This is bigger than Young Thug. This is bigger than music. This is about every black man with a voice too powerful, too unpredictable. This is about what happens when pride and power collide head-on in the cold machinery of American justice. Did he trap himself? Or was he trapped long before he knew the game was rigged? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain. This isn't just his trial. This is our trial. Every time a voice gets too loud. Every time pride outweighs silence. Every time a system sharpens its knives in the shadows. Trap or trap. The streets are watching, the courts are waiting, and young Thug, he must survive them both. Was he trapped long before he knew the game was rigged? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain, this isn't just his trial.